Just 4 surfers remaining, and one of them will call themselves a Haleiwa Challenger champion after it's all said and done. Bettylou's going for back-to-back titles, trying to defend her home court today. And Teresa Bonvalot and Sophie McCulloch are still trying to work out the final spot on the championship tour for next year. You can see a bit of the treadmill there, just trying to keep themselves in position, waiting for an opening exchange. Rolling into this one, it will be Sophie McCulloch. The Australian just sort of redirecting that board. Now stepping on the gas. So she faded a lot, and it ended up kind of costing her the rest of the wave. Once that hit the reef, it just ran on without her. Next wave will set up for Bettylou Sakura Johnson. She'll eject.
The wave's been pumping the whole event, and I don't know, I'm just excited about being here and being a part of it. So thanks, guys.
We're right there with you, Waz, as we're seeing a big windup for Bettylou. Hits it right off the lip, stomps it in the flats. Now trying to hustle for some more opportunity. A little bit late to the climb, but she'll still float it. And that'll be her best wave so far. As we look at the 5.0 again.
Yeah, this was a really hard wave to surf. I think Betty took off on this one, gets into that lip line. So this one really rushing towards that shallower water. And then kind of does that foam climb. So Betty kind of setting the scoreline now.
Early on in this final, Eweleiula Wong scrap into this wall. The exciting wild card is still stepping on the gas. Can she catch up to some open face? She'll have to step off. Bigger waves on their way. Sophie McCulloch on the first one. Just a clean carve as she redirects to a more vertical section. Hollow part of the wave now. She's just running after a finishing move, and just a clean float for McCulloch. Well-read wave.
Better than her competitors. Here, Sophie, same thing, Joey. Just committed on that rail line. Goes up again. So 2 different kind of looks at a maneuver. Looking for that inside section. Also gets dry here and does commit to that third turn.
And now controlling the takeoff, Bettylou winds up. Just redirects to the bottom on the first, wrapping cutback for Bettylou on the second. End section's getting tiny, and there's no water underneath it. And Teresa representing Portugal back to Bettylou's last wave.
Yeah, way overhead for Betty, but that wave kind of crumbles into that shouldery kind of section. She does well to snap under the lip and get another turn off. She really gets committed on that dry section right there.
Extremely challenging finish. She ends a big complete. Now Teresa up and down.
Yeah, Reyna's been looking after Eve all event long.
And in a good position for this wall is Sophie McCulloch in a must-win situation. Nice clean first turn. Harder bottom turn. Great carve. Sophie's looking to crush the end section. She does that incredibly well. This was Sophie's wave.
Sophie, this wave selection, so good. Watching her get critical. There was a moment where she could have potentially gone up a little bit sooner, but she did so well on this wave. The way that she recovered on this maneuver right here, this is going to see her into the lead. Guaranteed. How far is she going to go in the judges' scale? Look how tall that wave is. Sophie just attacking that first section. This second turn for me was also smooth and just so crisp from her, but definitely that attacking end section.
Eweleiula Wong is on the next one. Here's the wild card. The Hawaiian floats it and just got a little bit straight up on the float.
McCulloch just absolutely tearing into the waves out here. That last turn that she came down with was amazing over that section. And right behind her, Eve threw it up into the lip line. It came down pretty awkward, pretty heavy fall. Water Patrol went over to check on her.
That was really tough for Teresa.
I was holding my breath, Joe. I'm holding my breath again. Let's see what she does on this wave.
She wants to break free of this combination that she's in. Throws down a backside snap. Hits it again and lays low. So a bit of a recovery wave from the fall when she used priority.
Yeah, this was the wave that kind of is going to get her ball rolling here. She's been put on the back foot. Sophie McCulloch has got a lock on this #1 spot at the moment. All of the women including Betty.
Solid one approaching, and the local hero in position, a bomb of a wave for Bettylou. Now getting out in front to the open face, hits the lip, but she will pearl and lose a huge opportunity. And she's just been in her happy place. Big wipeout halfway through. She's still happy to try to compete for a title here. 2:55 to go. Sophie finally uses priority, and she is flying. Feeling her way through the opening hook. There's the lip. Bottom turns and attacks it off the top. Heading into the final section, she'll slide out and she'll be incomplete.
Sophie, this was so well done because, you know, Betty was kind of a little bit deeper, pushing her to make a decision with her priority. I think for Sophie, this was her really utilizing that priority to keep Bettylou off that wave.
In position, we've got Eweleiula Wong. Skipping back to the big section off the top, always attacking. And she will slide out, tries to regain her balance, and then goes down.
The second wave swung wide, and Ewe was able to capitalize on this. But just look at that. I mean, even the approach to grab that rail and save herself.
Sophie McCulloch needs to win the event and needs Teresa to be in third or fourth to qualify. Right now, that's the situation. Teresa needs to get out of third right now. She takes this wave into the final minute. First turn, there's a hack through the whitewater. Driving off the bottom, a ton of whitewater is going to shut down the wave quickly, so that's incomplete on the second turn.
So hard, and waiting on Eve's wave. Are we still waiting on that score to drop in? I think we are.
Teresa's dropped to fourth. Uh-oh, here comes Bettylou. Hammers it. Hard off the bottom again, drills it. Solid two-turn combo. That was right in front of Teresa. Her family is loving it. That was the combination she was waiting for.
You're on! Oh my god! Fuck!